Hey everybody, we're back working on the Craftsman Platinum Series lawnmower. This is the one, if you remember, that the self-propelled cable was broken because it rubbed on the wheel and rubbed through the sheathing. So I cut a piece of sheathing off another cable and put it in there and black taped it up to see if the self-propelled was working. And it did work, so we went ahead and we bought a new cable for it. So there's the new cable. And then we also went ahead and bought a new belt because the boys said the belt was wasted. So first thing always when working on lawnmowers, we're going to take and disconnect the spark plug so it doesn't happen to backfire on us. So now we're going to take this bolt out here. Go ahead, get in there. So we can access where the cable runs in here and we can access the belt. All right. And there's the belt, and it runs around the pulley. As you see, what happens is, go ahead and pull the self-propelled. When you pull the cable, it moves the whole transmission to tighten the belt to give you self-propelled. When you let go, it falls back down. So we have to disconnect the cable from underneath, and then here, cut our wire tie, and then come on up through here, and then it clamps in here. Is that the one it clamps in? Yeah, it clamps in right here. This just pops out, and then the spring and everything comes off here. So I think what we're going to do first is try to get the belt off. So let me get my flashlight out. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that bolt out there and that bolt out there. That'll take this guard off that keeps the belt from popping out. So it's the same one. It's the same size. I think it's the same. I think it's the same size, or is it a quarter? It's quarter. It's quarter. Okay, it's not 5/6. 5/16 is the bolt that holds the cover. He's went to go get a quarter. Yep, quarter, right? Yep. All right, so we'll go ahead and take these. Oh, we should have brought our new bolt holder out. All right. All right, now this should lift up and slide out. That's what keeps the belt on. So we'll set that here with the two bolts. And since we have it, now we can push it farther forward and pop the belt off. All right, so there's that right now. And actually that will make it easier to get the other cable loose. We're going to put it up on its side and we'll come back. Okay, I got G Junior pushing down the handlebars. We got the mower up. Spark plug is disconnected. He already has the blade off of the mower. So now continuing on the belt, it's got another guard here that keeps the belt on, which is 1/2 inch 13 millimeter. So we have to get this guard off. And that guard falls off. Then we just pull the belt and unhook it. And there's the old belt off. Let me have the new belt. And what I always like to do is I always like to take the old belt and the new belt and kind of put them together like this to make sure they look like they're the right size. They appear to be the right size. So don't want to put the old belt back on. Be sure you put the new belt back on. So slide the new belt up in position. And like I said, this is what keeps the belt from jumping off the pulley. It's a guard. There's the bolt. Okay, that is the guard's back on, the belt's on, and it's on properly. right there, and on this side over here it's on properly. So now what we have to do is, before we put this back on, we're going to go ahead and put the control cable in, because the control cable hooks up down in there, and that does not look like it's going to be fun to get apart. But once we get it apart, it should go together really quick. Let me see what I need to do to get it apart, and we'll come back. All right, so here's the new cable. The new cable fits into the deck here, and then this cable runs down and hooks to the power steering pump. Not the power steering pump, to the drive gear for the front wheels. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to disconnect this first, and then we can disconnect the cable. And then to put it back together, we'll have to reconnect the cable and then push this in, and that will take care of that part. And then we're going to have to route this. I do believe we're going to have to route this first. We're going to have to route this cable through here first. And we'll probably cut that wire tie that we put on here to keep it from rubbing on the wheels. Actually, I think we can route everything later. You got screwdrivers? Screwdrivers, very good. So we're gonna, like I was saying, this is that piece that we need to pop up. So this cable doesn't matter because it's already kind of destroyed. So we want to get it popped out of its holder. There we go. So we have it popped out of its holder, and now inside there is where it's connected to the transmission. That's what word I was looking for. So we just need to push down on it to get it disengaged from the transmission. So now we can just throw that out of the way. So here's the new cable. So the new cable, we need to hook it into the transmission first. Hopefully this is the right cable. Okay. All right. So I have the cable. Here, bring it over here. I have the cable hooked up to the arm, so that's right. So now you can push back down on the transmission, slide this forward, and hook it in. All right. So we're hooked in there. Good. So actually, we could probably go ahead and stick this belt back on now that we have that in. Put the belt guard back in. The two self-tapping bolts that are 1/4 inch. Okay, that's tight. Go that way. So now we just need to go ahead and route this up here. Let me go ahead and disconnect this. There's a push pin here with a plastic clamp that we need to disconnect. And then here's the old cable. Fishing the old cable out. And up here, let me get a screwdriver. You can usually probably just do this with your hands, but I don't want to hurt my hands. You just pry that out of there, and then that should give you enough to unhook the cable there and run that on out. So there is the old cable gone. So let's get the new cable routed. So I think we're going to go ahead and hook the spring up first, and then this will go clipped into the handlebar, very good. And now we have this plastic clamp that has a plastic push pin. We'll just reuse it. This goes around both cables. I think I'll put it around the cables this way. And then that just pushes in here. All right, as you see, this cable is kind of long, and that's what happened to the old cable. It rubbed through on the wheel. So what we're going to do is we're going to route it and get actually the old cable. Is that broken? Yep. Okay, yeah, it's broken. It had this clamp here that's supposed to go in this hole to hold the cable out of the way, but it's broken. He told me it was already broken. So we're just going to get a wire tie and wire tie back through this hole to keep that cable from rubbing on. We're just going to use a wire tie. Is this where you had the wire tie right here?
I think so.
Okay. And we don't really need to grab the shut-off cable. We just need to hold that cable. So it's going to be off the tire. Let's give it a shot. All right, it appears, the cable appears to be pulling the belt tight like it's supposed to. So the only thing left is the cover. .5/16. Hey, look at our cute little new parts tray we got. And that is back on. We will put the plug back on. Let me get the tools out of the way. We still have to put the blade on, but we're not going to worry about the blade right now. We're going to start it up and see if the self-propelled work. Because did the self-propelled work good on it before?
Not really.
Not really because of the cable. So we're going to get it down on the ground, and we're going to get it down on the ground and make sure the self-propelled works, because he said it didn't work that good. Well, you know, we just piecemealed the old cable back together. Now we have a new cable, a new belt. We're going to get it on the ground and we're going to see if it works good. All right, we got it off the workbench. We don't have a blade on it, but we want to make sure that the self-propelled works properly now. So go ahead and fire it up. So how's that? Is that better? Pulling good? Alrighty, it doesn't sound like it's running too good, but we did have it up on an angle, so we could have flooded it out a little bit. We'll probably start it up and let it clear, but he says the front wheels now are pulling much better. So, like I said, if you have one that's got a worn-out cable that rubbed on the wheels, that's not going to be good, because then when you pull on the self-propelled handle, the cable, the sheathing shrinks, and you don't get the proper pull at the transmission. So we got this one up and running. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe. You can always do that right there in that corner. Please give me a thumbs up on the videos. And hey, if you don't like the videos, hey, give me a thumbs down. Please comment and please share. We'll talk to you all later. All right, it's a bonus footage. We put a blade on it. Alright, we put a blade on it and tried it, and it looks like it did pretty good in the passes that we made. And this one's done. This one's finished. It's all good. He says the self-propelled is pulling really hard and strong like it's supposed to, so the new belt and the cable has fixed this one. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for checking out the bonus footage. We'll catch you all later.